Hello friends, today's topics are jellyfish, environment and ecology, what is an equity derivative, economy, geological sequestration, conservation, blue mountains, geography, Strait of Malacca, geography, total fertility rate, biology, Majorana fermion, technology, two-state solution, international relation, cold fusion phenomena, technology. First, jellyfish. Here the swarm of jellyfish reduced the output by 2.4 gigawatts of French utility nuclear plant, right, by entering the filters of the pumping station. And this is what the uniqueness of this situation, that the jellyfish swan, or you can say which have become alien species in a particular system, can hamper the infrastructure functionality. And jellyfish are like medusa phase of certain gelatinous members of the subphylum Medusozoa. This is a part of phylum Cnidaria. So basically what jellyfish is, and what if they become alien species and enters in a infrastructure, critical infrastructures, what can it harm? What is an equity derivative? For that, the context is that Securities and Exchange Board of India framework to increase intraday position limits of index equity derivatives at an entity level, which will enhance the monitoring and make manipulations difficult. So then what is this equity derivative? It is a financial instrument, very important, that the option can come in prelims, that choose in the following options which are financial instruments. So if it is equity derivative is given, then it is should be considered as financial instrument whose value is derived from price movements of what, such as stock. Okay, and the types of equity derivatives are equity options, equity index futures. Now they are commonly used for hedging, as they can function like an insurance policy for investors. Next, geological sequestration. It involves, right, carbon storage and by capturing carbon dioxide from industrial sources and inject in deep underground rock formations, right, and such as depleted oil and gas reservoirs, saline aquifers, coal seams, for long-term storage. So these can be the facilities which can be available for storing carbon dioxide in underground, right? Then this process is known as geological sequestration. Now you have understood what is this geological sequestering and what are the sources which can be used for geological sequestering. Blue mountains. Now it is the Nilgiri mountains in the Western Ghats, biodiversity hotspot. Because of this Strabulenthes flowers, they are called as blue mountains. The Strait of Malacca is a narrow stretch of water about 900 kilometers between the Malaya Peninsula to the northeast and the Indonesian island of Sumatra to the southwest. which connects the Andaman Sea Indian Ocean and the South China Sea Pacific Ocean, right? This is what the reason is. Total fertility rate. Now it is, you have to consider first the word average, right? The average number of children, hypothetical cohort of women would have at the end of their reproductive period, right? This is what the correct indication of total fertility rate, if they were subjected during their whole lives to the fertility rates of a given period. Now this is in news regarding where India's birth rate is down now, where first dip in totality fertility rate in 2 years is seen according to the sample registration survey statistical report, which showed that highest crude birth rate was in Bihar at 25.8 and the lowest was in Tamil Nadu at 12. And there is a probability that they will ask you that in reference to total fertility rate, and they will define, right, like this, whole statements and some wrong statements or some statements which are near around, but you remember this is the right which is states regarding average and which also states regarding end of their reproductive period. Majorana fermion is a hypothetical particle that is its own antiparticle, uses Majorana sequence quasi-particles to create qubits. So you remember this word qubits is a unit level of quantum computing. And because of this qubits potential, it is used and capable for solving complex problems. Two-state solution is a proposed approach to resolving the Israel and Palestinian conflict by creating two states on the territory of the former mandatory Palestinian. Now here the latest status quo is that Finland is to sign declaration on two-state solution for Israeli and Palestinians. So question can be asked that two-state solution related to country Israel Palestine and other wrong options, and Finland can be included, that Finland is supportive country for two-state solution, or any other country which is not, but it can be cited as declaring or supporting for two-state solution. Cold fusion phenomenon, here you need to understand that is a process that occurs in complex systems composed of solids including hydrogen isotopes and thermal neutrons, which and is a fundamentally different from traditional two-body nuclear reactions in free space. If another way, if you look at the same thing, it is hypothesized type of nuclear reaction. Remember, hypothesized type of nuclear reaction that would occur at a near room temperature, which is, or it would contrast with fusion that is known to take place naturally in stars and artificially in hydrogen bombs.